Everything about our dad, Robin Unverzagt, was big. Dad had a big, beautiful, generous heart, which overflowed with love for his family, friends, community, and especially the love of his life for over 51 years, our mum, Heather. He had a big smile, a big belly laugh, a big voice, and big arms that gave the biggest hugs. He had a big love of life and lived it to the full. But his biggest love was for his Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, whom he met at the gates of heaven last Tuesday. I wonder how many times Dad has stood at this very lectern to do the Bible readings for church. This church held a very special place in his heart. His dad helped to build it. His uncle did much of the beautiful woodwork. He was married here. We were all baptised here. He was an elder, chairman, and lovingly looked after the grounds. One of his greatest joys was doing lay reading, and he was Pastor Poppy for the week. If you listen very carefully, I am sure you will still hear echoes of his tenor voice, lifting the roof with songs like "A Mighty Fortress is Our God." And very appropriately, on this day, he will be buried from here. Dad lived all his life in the Cumbia-Kingaroy district. He was born in Kingaroy on the 22nd of December 1945, the fourth child of Ruth and August Unverzagt. Apart from a few years living in Kingaroy, growing up, and in Cumbia after Mum and Dad were married, he lived all his life on his much-loved Pella farm. Farming and family were his life. He loved watching his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren grow and took immense pride in all their achievements. He would do anything for all of us. One of the recent special memories was Dad giving Caleb, his great-grandson, a swing on the swing he made me nearly 50 years ago. A swing that every generation has enjoyed. You should have seen his smile that day. The red dirt of Pella Farm was deeply ingrained in the creases of Dad's skin. After working as a farmhand for a number of people and at the Cumbia Engineering Works, Dad worked the farm with his brother Arnie until Arnie moved into Kingaroy, and then later with me from when I finished grade 10 until he retired. Over the years, we grew many crops, including corn, navy beans, sorghum, and sunflowers, but it was the peanuts that was our signature crop. I graduated from walking up and down the rows of peanuts, chipping out weeds for 50 cents an hour in primary school, to planting and harvesting. The smell of peanuts and the red dirt will be forever etched in our family's memory. It was not always easy. We endured endless years of drought and financial hardship, but we always fought through together. On top of farming and family, Dad was incredibly involved in the community and numerous committees, quite often holding a leadership position. Here are just some of the many boards and groups that he was heavily involved with over time. Lutheran Youth, Rural Youth, the National Party. Next year he would have celebrated 50 years as a National Party member. Grain Growers and Burnet District Council. Cumbia Hall Committee, Cumbia State School P&C, softball umpiring, Arana Nursing Home, Musical Comedy Society, Kingaroy Stedford, Lutheran Church, Peace Cumbia, Kingaroy Parish and Queensland District Church Council, Cumbia Golf Club, South Burnet Veterans Golf.
Amazingly, even with all his commitments, he still had time to enjoy some pastimes. One of the joys that holds a special place in my heart was his singing. It was my great honour and privilege to accompany him on many occasions. When Dad sang, everyone listened and was moved by his incredible gift. He sang solo in quartets, choirs, the chorale and musicals. Dad sang and acted in 15 musicals presented by the Musical Comedy Society, and he was the lead role in Lilac Time. Mum said he used to learn his lines while on the tractor. He loved to read and was often found on a Sunday afternoon lying on the couch in the kitchen, reading a book with his favourite author, no doubt being Wilbur Smith. He also loved to garden, with his speciality being roses. He also enjoyed growing vegetables, different varieties of natives and fruit trees, and establishing the pond near the Pella Farm sign. He has always enjoyed being involved with and playing sports such as tennis, softball, indoor cricket, and in later years, his much loved golf. In fact, he even got dressed up to play 2 rounds of golf on the morning he died. He loved watching the Broncos and attended several NRL games, was a highlight for him. But I think the one thing that would challenge even golf would be his love of fishing, especially on his beloved Fraser Island. Fraser Island is so much a part of our family history that we would call it our second home. Dad has been going there since he was a young adult, and he has passed that love down to his children, in-laws, grandchildren, and even his 18-month-old great-grandchild has already been there. Mum and Dad have also enjoyed travelling. They always fondly talk about their trip to America in 2001, and since retiring have travelled around Australia and all over the countryside in their caravan. We give thanks to the Lord for the life of our dad and the many gifts and blessings he has given us.